Yeah, guys, welcome to obviously my preview stream for this Bees against the West Ham, and obviously it's tomorrow. I'm actually back from holiday. Had a great break away. I needed it away from the daily grind of work and everything else, and for my team as well. After another loss last weekend, when it started so promisingly again with us going in front early again. Great goal by Mbomo, of course. Fantastic goal, but it came to nothing. Proved all for nothing in the end. Because, of course, they came back. We gifted it away 3 times, I think, as well. Gifted it to them, and then they scored 3 times. So, not great. But then also their goalie could have been sent off. But it's no good going back to that and thinking about all that. It won't make a difference. That's all gone. So that was history. And we're moving on. And we got facing a team that are in a bit of shit at the moment. But whether that make much of a difference to us, I don't know. We generally never do take advantage of that. But who knows? And obviously, I've got a guest on here again, obviously, on today. Apologies, a little bit of delay, by the way, because obviously I've not long come back from holiday today. So trying to get everything back to normal, with what I usually do. And at last, I've got this laptop back on, which is brilliant. I'm using my laptop again. Because while I was away, I was on my mobile, and that was pretty shit, to be honest. So, no good for doing all this. But obviously, I've got a comment here as well. That's Orist. He's on here. Orist Talks Football. Be up, lads. Yeah, be up to you, my friend. Obviously, I'll be on your stream later as well, hopefully at 8 o'clock for the, I think it's a predictions thing stream. So, definitely be on there. And but I'll bring my guest on. He's been patiently waiting there, and I'll bring him on now. I think a lot of people may have seen him, and he's got his own channel, Mikez, and he's obviously West Ham fan, and he's on Norris and other people's streams as well. So I'm sure you may have seen him, but I'll bring him on, and we'll find out. How are you, my friend? Big up.
Oh yeah, all good outside of football. Obviously, inside of football obviously affects that, but overall. All good, man. But yeah, thank you for having me on the channel, man. Appreciate it.
No worries, bro. No worries. And be your first time, hopefully one of many, I hope. And I've got to try and come on yours as well at some stage. That'd be great. You do have guests and stuff on, don't you? You do have a lot of people on, or do you not?
Yeah, occasionally. Yeah, occasionally I have guests, yeah. So we need to get you on the channel very soon.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, make sure you're on time. Yeah, cheers, Horace. Yeah. I knew I'd get all that, man. Look, I've had me break away from holiday. Now I'm getting all this in now. But no, I'll try and be on time, mate. But I can't promise anything, man. But, I will try. But, yeah, this is your link in there, man. So if anyone wants to follow you, just click on that. And I'll put it in the description as well. So everyone's got it. I'm sure a lot of people have seen your channel anyway, been on there. So great channel, man. And you do lots of great content, and stuff. I've been on there a couple of times in the live chat. So Mike's is already Lopetegui out. Are you?
Yeah, I am. But that's because, I think a lot of people look at, a manager coming in and then, you got to automatically give them patience. I think you got to give people patience if you can see something that you can believe in. For me, I have not seen anything that I can believe in. A lot of players playing out of position, same issue as last year. Bad approaches to game, same issue as last year. It's just a lot of the criticisms I had last year happening this year, just with a different manager. So as much as you need to give patience to people, you need to give patience to people that you can trust. Patience, not just giving for the sake of it. That's why I'm not really confident going into this game where we don't win at your ground unless it's that odd FA Cup game and the pre-season game all them years ago. No, our first win against you was last year at home, and that was just a freak game. But I know you guys have got a couple injuries, I think, but we look like we play injured all the time, so it don't really matter in my opinion. But yeah, I'm not particular because I can't see anything. I can't see anything that I can get behind. A lot of players playing out of position. I feel like if football's simple, if the manager's not getting the best out of your squad and you feel that way, then they're not good enough for your club.
Yeah, I hear you, man. You're right. So a lot of people said he probably wasn't the right man for the job anyway, this Lopetegui. Would you agree with that for this West Ham job?
Yeah, I think I wanted to give him a chance just because, like, I'm always going to back the manager coming in. When I first saw the appointment come in, I thought, okay, fair enough, it's quick, but I thought it was our owner instead of our director of football doing it because he was a free agent and he doesn't want to pay compensation. But when I found out it was the director of football running it, I was like, okay, I can back Tim Sternum because he's in charge of the whole transfer negotiations and stuff, trying to get the deals over the line. That's why we got Tadibo over the line, was because of him, Fulkirk, etc. So you want to believe in whatever Steinen could do. But that's my main criticism of Tim Steinen, is bringing this manager in. And I wanted to back him anyway, just give him a chance. But other people were saying to me, like, they warned me about this. Listen, some people were like, okay, Lopetegui is the right man. Like, you should believe in him. But other people also like, he won't be good enough. I should have listened to them.
Well,
Sorry.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, there's nothing to prove he has been a success in the Premier. Look, what was he done at Wolves? He done. He kept some up, but
yeah.
Did he really do anything special with them?
No, he was still getting battered even in that job. Like, you got battered by Brighton, I remember. Like, the problem is with Lopetegui, I think you saw at Wolves where, especially since he's left Sevilla, and even the back end of Sevilla, obviously, they're a very successful team, but they was pretty much battling relegation. They were sacking a lot of managers, so there was probably some inside problems there, but he wasn't helping himself with Wolves. You see that Lopetegui can get it right sometimes, but he can get it completely wrong sometimes. The problem is with this manager is that he changes everything every game because he's that pragmatic. Now, you can be pragmatic, but your approach to the game has to be correct. And people are going to be like, well, playing higher up the pitch doesn't help. But you can play high up the pitch. You just got to have the right coach to do it. Like, a lot of teams have success playing high up the pitch. But it's just this manager is not using the players correctly, in my opinion.
Yeah, you got Warren there. He's a great bloke, Arsenal fan. Don't let that put you off, the Arsenal fan. He's got a great channel and lots of great content. So it'll be up to you, my friend, coming in again and the live chat. Thank you. I've obviously got to be going on these at some stage to talk about the bees, the history and everything, going back a long way.
Yeah.
I've really got. I was going to do a stream about all that as well. I've been meaning to do the stream about history of the bees, but it's getting the time. Can't always get the time to do it all. Other things take over in your life, So
of course.
Can't always do it, but I will do it at some stage. People, don't worry, guys. It will happen. And I hope you're buzzing for the game. Yeah, well, I kind of, but. I mean, who knows, mate? It depends what happens. I'm hoping we can get something at last at home and always taking the lead. I actually think I don't want us to keep scoring too early because it don't seem to be working. So I really don't want that to happen anymore.
Do you know what? I think you actually have more success scoring early against us because when we're chasing the game, we panic and we concede quite early anyway. Like we did that against Villa, City, Chelsea. We did it. Like, the game was over against Chelsea in like 20 minutes. But like, if you get an early goal against us, I trust you lot to just see it out. Because the only thing is with the Fulham game, it's a similar thing happened with Fulham where we conceded a really bad goal. Like because Mavropanos just left Smith Rowe and then Kilman should have done better against Jimenez. But we were chasing the game, and the only reason why we scored is because they switched off for a throw-in. So as long as you're switched on for throw-ins, I think you'll be fine. Just if we end up crossing the ball against your centre backs, like nothing's going to happen. We don't have the aerial presence in the box to even compete with that. So it'll be too easy for you if it gets to that stage.
Yeah, mate. I think the thing is with us at the moment, we look a little bit open. I'm not happy about this because I think we're sort of attacking more now than we used to. Because we always, we like to park the bus pretty much. That was the way it was, parking the bus pretty much, or high or low press or whatever. And it's not always working. But I think if we went back to more defensive, I think that won't be great either because you need to get goals. Goals win games, and so in a good way, in some way, this is good. We're playing more attacking than we have been. But in another sense, we're conceding more. That is the problem.
Yeah.
And we've done that obviously against Spuds in that last game, 3-1. And to be honest, I thought we could get something out of it. I thought Spuds were in shit straight ways, and I thought we could get something out of it, but no. I mean, we gifted them the ball 3 times and they scored 3 times. So that tells you need to know, and it weren't great. So, and then the game before, obviously we lost 2-1, but it's we actually played really well against City as well. I think we were the better team, to be honest. But that don't mean nothing if you don't win, does it? So
no.
And we could do this against you lot. And I still think you lot are struggling. I don't think you've been in that great yet. I mean, you should be doing better because all the players you got now, you brought in, and you're still struggling, which I can't work out. Is it the manager? Is it you just not gelling your players yet, or what? And I think we need to take advantage of it, man. But I just don't know if we can. I mean, I don't know if we've got the players now at the moment. I mean, you lost Vissa and all that, and it's not good, I mean, and that new striker we brought in to replace Tony,
he's
good as well. So, it's not good for us at the moment, man. We're struggling, and though we're playing well, we have done a lot of good football, played a lot of good football at times this season. It don't matter. We need to get results, and starting tomorrow, the same as you, we both need to win, both teams. But obviously maybe you lot more than us. But
probably
says you can have Arteta if you want him, Mr. B. They will take you down. Your current coach is light years ahead of him. Well, yeah, I suppose I would agree with that. We definitely don't want Arteta because we would be going back down, I think. But no, I still want us to do better because I know we can. We're still a small club, but we're better than that. So
of course, that's the thing. Like when it comes to this game, I think you said about being open. We're very open as well, so it's going to be quite end to end. Like a lot of running in behind from both teams, trying to get each other. I think both goalkeepers are going to have a busy day for sure. If we get our shots on target, like we haven't been able to do that really. But if you even stay somewhat organised, I do think we'll run out of ideas. It's like against City was our best performance of the season, and we played really good football, but we didn't capitalise on that after the international break, where we don't have the same consistency against it. Because this manager doesn't put the same lineups out, and doesn't play the players in the right positions. So.
Well, obviously, this is your last one up in the Carabao Cup. Sorry to remind you of that result because that wasn't exactly great, was it? 5-1 defeat. That was Liverpool. You got to say it was Liverpool, and that was always going to be tough anyway. But you got walloped 5-1, and that's never nice, is it? So
the same as last year, mate. We got walloped 5-1 last year as well, but in the Carabao Cup by Liverpool. Yeah, the exact same fixture.
Oh, right.
Only this club can do that.
Yeah, so it's sort of Groundhog Day you didn't want really again, but
oh yeah, of course.
But then if you put your second string out, and I don't think obviously Liverpool might have obviously put their second string out, but hell of a second string they've got as well. That's a problem, isn't it? All the players they can get to bring in. Got Jota and Gakpo and all that and whatever, to bring in. So it's never going to be easy, was it? So
no.
I mean, but you think of the players you've got as well now. You should be able to put a good second string team out. I think, really.
I think we've got a good 11 and maybe like a good 15 players at the club. Like if you look at the lineup that we lined up with, like likes of Thomas Suchek ain't good enough anymore. Well, he hasn't been good enough for about three or 4 years, but the manager persists to play him. Vladimir Sufa and Cresswell as fullbacks, two of the slowest fullbacks in the league. At Anfield, it was just always going to be hard for them to deal with. Like, listen, Danny Ings up front, like, He scored against Fulham, but probably just better off the bench. And we didn't get the ball into Soler. Like Soler, Alvarez, and the Souček midfield. Like Alvarez had a stinker of a game. He had got a red card. He was at fault for a couple of the goals as well. Like it was a terrible performance from him. And he's one of our starters. Happy with Somerville, but kind of feel sorry for him because I don't think he gets the ball enough. But he's so dangerous when he is on the ball. But again, the manager's just not getting the best out of the players. Like Todibo played, but he should be starting in the league over Mavropanos. A lot of the defensive things that we could have prevented could have been prevented if Todibo was there, playing alongside Kilman, because Kilman and Wan-Bissaka have been our best players so far. And that's because, like, even at the start of the season, we were defending more compact, but high up the pitch, and it was going well. And yes, we were conceding goals, but it wasn't because of the defence, it was because of errors. But since the last international break, it just hasn't looked the same for whatever reason. I just think Todibo's needed to come in, and Mavropanos needs to be dropped, but the manager's not doing that.
No, but obviously it's going to be a bit different to this team. Obviously, you're going to play against us, isn't it? It's going to be a bit different. You're obviously not going to have this. Is it Soler? Will he play or not? Do you think he'll play, or you won't have Ings or anything up front, will you either? So
Antonio will probably play up front. He seems to favour Antonio so far because Fulkrug is still injured. I think he's a doubt for the game. Soler should play alongside Alvarez or Rodriguez, but he'll probably won't do that. He'll probably play Souček again. If we line up with Souček and Antonio in the team, I think you know you've won the game. I said this to Chelsea fans before. We faced them, we didn't even line up with them two. We still lost. So if we line up with worse players and we can't even beat people with our best 11, then I don't have any hope at all. Antonio has done a lot for this club, but you can recognise that someone has done a lot for the club, but it's done now. I think that's one way of judging it fairly, because you don't want to judge your sentiment. You want to judge it off what you see. With Souček, he hasn't been good enough for years. He can't control the ball. I don't get being a midfielder, but you can't do anything in the midfield. He's good at defending our box, good at attacking the opposition box, but you've got to be good in the middle if you're a midfielder. But he doesn't know how to use Paquetá, Bowen, and Kudus together. That's his main problem. So that's kind of hindered us, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, really, because I think it looks quite a good lineup to me. What some of the players you got, I think you should be doing better than you're doing, And I mean, likes of Jimmy, as I call him, Somerville. I think he's a great player from Leeds, He was a bit of a nowhere boy at one stage, but he was sorry, I had to come up with that joke there. But no, he's a great player, and you got some others. You got obviously Bowen, of course. It terrorised us last season a bit.
Yeah. He's got a hat trick. Yeah, I
know. I think it was the 4-2, wasn't it? Was it 4-2?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. But two mad games last season: the 3-2 against you and the 4-2. It was two very mad games. I feel like it's going to be similar again, though. It could be high scoring, but it should be high scoring, really, with both the attackers. I know you got injuries, but you still got Brian and Boomer. We've got Bowen and Kudus and Paquetá. Well, Paquetá's been great this season, but these are the players that should have the final third quality.
Yeah, the problem is, Mike, I think they could turn up against us is the problem. The teams we're playing against that's struggling, we think, we should do them. We should be beating them. But we never do. We never do beat, the teams that are struggling. And we say, why? And, like the teams that come up from the championship or whatever, the lower team. And we still struggle against them. And I think, well, look, we're Premier now, so why are we struggling against these teams,
Yeah.
We should be better than these, and things like that. And
I always think the same about my club, to be honest. Always think the same with West Ham. Last season was the first time where we didn't lose against a promoted team in 5 years, 6 years, something like that. When it comes to Brentford, I remember the first game against you, you only beat us 2-1, and scored right at the end. It was just that was when we were good. So you can take that on the chin and be like, we can bounce back next week. But that was ever since Frank had Moyes' number.
Yeah, I remember you beating your place, and I think I was there. I was actually there at the time as well. And it was
as well.
And the eruption, of our fans, incredible. Yeah. I think that's the first time we'd beaten you as well.
Probably.
I think what was it, 2 or 3 seasons ago? Because that's our full season now, obviously. So,
Yeah,
but you know,
2021. Yeah,
yeah, I remember being there, and I mean, you got a fantastic stadium. Of course, it was the Olympic Stadium, of course, at one stage.
yeah.
It's massive, but it's kind of like lacking in atmosphere at times. I don't know if you think that when you're there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, and a lot of people look at West Ham fans because of that, but it's the way the stadium is set up. Because we rented the stadium, we can't change anything really about it when it comes to like moving the seats and stuff. So that's where the owners went wrong. Obviously, we have to move there technically if we want like more money and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's very hard to create an atmosphere. The only time we've really created an atmosphere was on European nights because we're in Europe, like we're going to. But on a normal Premier League day, it's always silent, and it always will be because of the way it's set up. Like we're so far away from the pitch, like it's very hard to create an atmosphere. Like when one of the stadium is when part of the stadium is chanting, it's like a 10-second delay with the other part of the stadium. Like that's how bad the atmosphere is. Like because that's how the way it's built, unfortunately.
Similar to the Etihad in a way, isn't it? Because it's so a big, massive, great stadium, but
Yeah,
your supporters aren't there. But then again, if your team's not performing, you wouldn't be backing them anyway, would you? So
yeah. But
it don't make any sense. So you got a great stadium, and you just want a better team to be playing in it. That's the problem, isn't it?
oh yeah, for sure.
So you're right there, mate. You're right.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I've had a bad cough for days. So yeah,
Oh, right,
yeah,
yeah. I know what it's like, isn't it? Yeah, that
yeah.
ain't good, man. But yeah, so what do you think your team and lineup's going to be then, Mike?
I think Ariola will start in goal because he's the Premier League keeper.
Mm.
Back four, he'll probably unfortunately stick with Mavropanos at centre back with Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back, Kilman next to Mavropanos and Emerson. Midfield will probably be Souček and Rodriguez because I think Alvarez might be suspended for this game. I think because he got a red card, so I think that carries on into the Premier League. If not, then it might be Alvarez Rodriguez again or Alvarez Souček. But we'll say Rodriguez Souček just in case Alvarez is suspended. And I think he'll go with Bowen, Paquetá, Kudus on the left, unfortunately, again, and Antonio up front, which is it's not a great lineup to be honest, because the whole spine of the team is very bad. It's not consistent enough, unfortunately. But and there's not enough people that can control the ball and just like control the game. That's what we need to be doing is controlling games. But again, we're not like the last manager. We're not set out to do that again.
Yeah.
That's why I just think it's that's why I'm done with this manager this season because I'm not seeing anything different. Like when coaches come in, like Maresca, Maresca, Postecoglou, Emery, whoever comes in, you know what they're going to do. Like you know what they're trying to set up. Like I can't see it with this manager. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I think at times I think he looks a bit clueless to me.
Yeah.
This Lopetegui, which is you'd think he'd be better. I mean, what actual team? I can't even remember what teams he managed. Before he came to the Premier, I can't really remember.
Sevilla before that, he was at Sevilla for years. He was at Real Madrid for a little bit, but then he was. I think he was at the Spain job before that, and then Porto before that. I think that's the ones I know of. But he gets sacked pretty much every club, so that's the theme of his career. But don't get me wrong, he did a good job at Sevilla, but he still fell off. Like he got sacked from the Spain job because I'm pretty sure he would just wanted the Real Madrid job so bad. The guy's erratic in the media and erratic with like how he perceives himself. And the problem is he gets angry like on the touchline, but I'm like, this is your fault. This is your lineup. Like you thought these players were going to do what you supposedly are telling them to do, and then you're surprised when you line up with the exact same lineup and we fail again. So this is your problem.
Yeah, because I mean the thing is, it is how the manager, lines it up and how he puts them out, the strategy and the whatever, tactics and so forth. And if the players can't see what he's trying to come up with or what he's trying to do, they will go against him eventually, won't they? They won't want to play for him,
Yeah.
And do you think that might be what's happening now? Do you think they really want to play for this man or not? Do you think he's already lost the dressing room? Would you say?
Do you know what? I think he's close. And the thing is, when he came in, like a lot of the players were very happy to like play under him because like of the style of football, like because we were stifled last season, like and we're trying to play football, but pre-season we were trying to play a little bit of football, but we were going long too much, and that was kind of worrying me already. I've seen that in the Premier League. Like, so whatever they're doing in training is completely different to how we're actually playing. Now, the way I think he's lost the dressing room is, for example, he signed Guido Rodriguez as on a free agent, and against Chelsea, he took him off in like the 30th minute and sub Suchek on. The problem is, like, if you're like lining up and you start the game badly, but one person's sticking out and you sub him off, that's fine. But you can't scapegoat one player in that game because Alvarez was playing bad, Emerson was playing bad, Wan-Bissaka started off bad, Bowen was playing bad, Paquetá was terrible. So if you're going to sub off someone, you need to sub off the whole team because this is your fault, and that's the problem. Like I think he's already scapegoated a new signing that he signed for an old player that was here before him. That's why I think he's going to lose the dressing room is with them kind of decisions there.
Yeah, possibly. So do you think? I don't think he'll last many games more. I mean, do you think they'll have patience with him or not now, or do you think they're just? I mean, Sullivan and all that. I'm sure will want to get rid of him maybe eventually. If he keeps doing, if you're still struggling and you're like near the bottom half of the table or whatever, you're near relegation or whatever. I'm sure he won't last, will he?
Oh yeah. Like I think, for example, if he loses against Brentford and Ipswich, like because we've got Ipswich at home.
Oh yeah.
Even if he doesn't, even if he doesn't win against Ipswich at home, he needs to go anyway. But I think they'll give it until the next international break because you can still save a season there. Just you're not going to finish where you wanted to.
Yeah.
And luckily, because of how bad some of the other teams are below us, we will be fine. It's just where you want to go as meant to be an ambitious club. You want to battle for the Europe and top of the table. That's what all the players are saying and stuff like that. But there was a quote from Fabrizio Romano saying like the board want results, and well, I don't think it really tells us anything new. Like that they want to be patient, but they need results. Like yeah, obviously, like it's a bit of a nothing headline, but you maybe you could if you could sense more stuff coming out of the club. There's no smoke without fire, so they might be looking at that and thinking, okay, well he's a free agent. We haven't signed him for. I don't think he was on that for that long of a contract. I think it was 2 years or 3 years. I'm not too sure, and that's nothing in football when it comes to signing managers. So you got to sack this one and pay someone's compensation to actually get a manager in instead of just going after a free agent manager all the time. So I don't. Like, people ask me who do I want. It's not my job. I'm not a director of football. That's the thing. Like people are like, oh, why don't you offer a solution? No, I just think this manager's not good enough now. Like, and these lot should think that as well. But it depends what the requirements are. I don't know. But if you're seeing what I'm seeing, and you put out all this projects, you did all of this in the transfer window just for this manager to mess it up, then you've got to change something because this manager clearly isn't getting the best out of the squad.
Yeah. I do actually think fans know best, man. You know, because I mean, we're the ones who pay all this money to come and watch them, and watch these teams play. And if we see something that's not right, and then we're not playing the sort of football we want to see, they're not playing it, and then and this and that, the manager's not doing what we want.
Yeah.
We want them out, and we should be voting with our feet, to walk out and not have bums on seats, and leaving and all that. And I mean, have you actually thought about protesting? The Hammers fans, have you thought of doing all that? But
I don't. Do it. We used to do that because with Sullivan, he used to run everything to do with the club. He doesn't really run everything to do with the club anymore. He's kind of just a mouthpiece for the club, which is he's still kind of like the fact that he's still there is kind of annoying. Like everyone doesn't want, no one wants Sullivan in, but I think they've gone past protesting now because they protested in the past where it was way worse than this. And even though there's expectation now, I think everyone's just kind of exhausted. Like people will be like, "But you won a cup and you won like you was in European seasons like back to back and all that," but it was still tiring with the owners still being there. Because, like, it was just complicated. And the fact that we even, like, they promised us to take us to the next level when we went to the stadium. That's the whole point of going to the stadium. The fact they even took that long to get back into Europe is ridiculous. And just to answer that question, I wouldn't take Moyes back because that doesn't solve anything. That didn't solve any, like, the things I'm complaining about this season, I was complaining about last season. In fact, last season is still worse. But it's just nothing that's not going to do anything. And Moyes, if he was here, he would be in control of the transfer windows because he's not like he's an old school manager. He doesn't work with director of footballs. He just wants to do his own thing. He wants to run everything. So he wouldn't have brought in the amount of signings we did if Moyes was here. He likes to spend nothing pretty much and likes a small squad. But really, you should be having 2 players in each position because otherwise you'd fall off. That's why we kept falling off. And every second half of the season that Moyes was here, we kept falling off in every season. Every full season Moyes had, we fell off in the second half. But people don't like to talk about that. But it's because we don't invest in the transfer window because he is in control. Sullivan stopped being in control when Moyes was appointed because Moyes wanted to take over. So he kind of has to die on his own sword. So I don't really entertain the Moyes conversations from the media. Like they like to gaslight us about be grateful and all this, and they like to use the phrase "be careful what you wish for." They don't watch West Ham week in week out, so you're not going to understand what we're watching. But they all of a sudden are geniuses on every club. Like they're probably like that about your club as well. Like you watch your club week in week out, you'll hear something about the media gaslighting you about something that you're not seeing because they don't watch your club. They're just like they look at your league position in the table and then they form an opinion, and that's it.
Yeah, well, I'll be at this game tomorrow because I'm going to the GTEC to watch this, and obviously the Wolves won afterwards, so they won't see what I'm seeing here. If you know, they think, well, all looks rosy. Well, we're still doing well. We're getting money in. We're getting this and that. We're doing all, you know, it all looks great. But you know, not if you're still losing. It's not. If you're losing points and you're going down. I mean, look at last season. It was a disaster for us last season. We could have gone down, seriously. You know? I wasn't happy most of the time last season. I was on loads of rants most of the time on my stream, you know, because I wasn't happy with it. And, you know, Thomas Frank and so forth all like to say, oh, look, we're a community team. We're nice. We're friendly. We do all this and that. It's all very well doing all that, but you're still in the business of winning games and getting points, you know.
Yeah.
It's not being about nicey all the time, you know. You can't be.
No,
You've got to be ruthless at times, and you know, that's the only thing I hate with that. As much as I think he's a very good manager, Thomas Frank, I really do rate him. But, I mean, I don't think anyone else could do the job he's done for us if he goes, you know. I really don't think there is. And, I mean, I'd love a big manager. I'd love somebody that's won loads of stuff, but that's never going to happen. We're never going to get a manager like that. We'd love it. Who was it that was talking about? Somebody was talking about Emery the other day. I thought, we'd love him. We'd love him at the Bees, you know. Look what he's done with Villa and all the other teams he's been at, you know. Okay, the Arsenal one was a blip for him. But as because they were all taking the piss out of him and whatever, you know, because he can't speak proper English or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what the fuck does it matter, man?
Exactly.
You know, he's getting you the results and he's picking a good team. He knows what he's doing. You know, he's got great tactical brain, strategies and everything, you know.
Facts,
and you look at his CV, man, it speaks for itself. What he's won with teams like Sevilla and all that and other teams. Is it Sevilla and where?
Yeah, Sevilla, Villarreal.
Villarreal, yeah, and all that. So, you know, and you know, I think it all speaks for itself. So we'd take him in a flash, man. We really would, but I just can't see that happening, and I don't think he'll leave Villa anyway. So
no,
I can't see that happening, unfortunately. What about Frank Lampard?
Taking a piss. Taking an absolute piss. Literally the most hated man in East London. The most hated man from West Ham fans. Imagine that, Jesus Christ. There'd be fires in the stadium. That stadium would burn down. That would be Stratford riots right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, what can you name anything he's done as a manager? Frank Lampard, anything special?
Get sacked. Get sacked. That's it. We was his last game at Everton. We was his last game. He got beat by us, a club that absolutely despise him. So he kind of went out sad.
I mean, he gets the sack more times than Santa, doesn't he? Let's be honest. So, but you know, but you know, he does, man. And I mean, as much as he was a great player, he was a fantastic player. We all know that. Maybe not quite for England, I don't think in the end. But you know, he was a great. Every club he played at, he was brilliant. Chelsea, obviously, West Ham, of course. Yeah. when he started with you lot. I think pretty much he started with you, didn't he? With West Ham.
Yeah.
He came up through the academy, didn't he? Did he come up through the academy?
Yeah. He was born in an area next to mine. So he's born Romford. I'm from Chadwell Heath. It's right next to each other in Redbridge. So very local.
Yeah.
His dad's a West Ham legend as well, Frank Lampard Senior.
Yeah, I do remember his dad. So
yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not that old, but I mean, I do still remember him. But I mean, he's like, I think it's like 70s, 80s when he played. I think.
Yeah. Late 70s, 80s, I think.
Yeah. Apparently, he's a great player. So.
Yeah.
And you see, like father, like son, and he's got his genes. Obviously, he's a very good player, a club player. I think Chelsea and West Ham. So yeah, fantastic player. But don't mean to say you're going to be a great manager, does it? At the end of the day,
yeah,
you see
that a lot now.
You see that with Rooney as well.
Rooney, Xavi, Gerrard. See that a lot now. So.
Yeah, he likes Vieira, I suppose. Although I think Vieira did do something abroad. He did do quite well at a club abroad, I think.
He got sacked at Strasbourg recently. Right. He got sacked at Strasbourg. But that's the thing. Like, I think he was actually harshly sacked at Palace. But do you know what? At the time, it was just like they were on a bad run of games because they were facing so many tough teams. Like the problem is with Vieira then as well. Like I remember he just stopped playing Eze for whatever reason. And he just kept playing a rigid midfield, which didn't kind of help. Like that first season when he was at Palace, he did well. He just didn't capitalize on it. But like you see that with like if we even flip the question, like Mourinho wasn't a player. Mourinho said himself he would if he was managing Jose Mourinho to play, he'd sell him. He said that himself.
Yeah.
Like it's very rare you can become even a great player and a great manager because a lot of the great managers weren't even great players. Like Pep was okay at Barca apparently. He wasn't like Iniesta, Xavi, but he had a good career. But then he was integrated straight in. Like I think Luis Enrique, maybe great player, great manager, but like it's very rare. It's very rare you have a successful career at both jobs.
Yeah, definitely. It's as you say, it is rare, but you think some of these were phenomenal footballers, and don't mean to say they could be great managers. I mean, same with Henry and all that. I mean, what a fantastic player he was, and awesome player, but. He hasn't really exactly done it, I don't think, as a manager anywhere. I know he was with Belgium and that for a little while, and a few others, but it definitely don't mean to say you're going to be a great manager. But yeah. So we've got another comment here. Lockman. Oh yeah, Eugene. Yeah, do you know Eugene? Don't know if you know.
Not familiar. No.
Spurs Asian.
Okay.
That one. Yeah, hi everyone, big up. Hashtag Levy out. Yeah. He keeps doing that. You don't like him, I'll tell you. But I understand that because he's a bit of a wanker, isn't he? I mean, let's be honest. And
he is.
I'm back on my channel, man. I say it how
same.
I say it how I think, and
of course.
I know people don't. Not everyone wants to swear or curse, or shout or whatever in their channels. But
I swear all the time, man.
If people don't like that, you don't have to watch it. At the end of the day.
Exactly.
I'm passionate, and that's how I feel, and I won't hold back. I mean, I'm a bit subdued a little bit when I'm on Norris and all that, as you know, when I'm on there. But it's different on my own channel,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Feel free to swear or curse, whatever, man, you want to do. If you hate West Ham, say, I fucking hate these. And
that's the thing. Like I swear all the time on my channel, I'm just at the past of the stage of anger anymore. I'm just tired because I went through last season just to go through this season again, and people are gonna be like, "Well, you finished ninth." If you watched us, like we got battered so many times. Like the only reason why we finished ninth was because all the teams around us were so inconsistent that we have somehow ended up ninth. And ninth ain't even really like, oh, it's exciting. We finished ninth, like because we're meant to be going for Europe every season. As the standard anyway. And people were like, well, you only did that under boys. Well, this was what they were telling us. If it was that up to par, nobody would care. There would be no expectation. We'll just be having for the fun of it and try not to get relegated. That'll be it. But I swear all the time on my channel, I'm past at the stage of caring when it comes to the game in itself. I get more angry at what other people's opinions and what they're seeing just to like gaslight what I'm seeing, sort of thing. Like I swear all the time. I'm just past that stage. I just don't get angry anymore because I'm just too tired of it. I'm too
Yeah.
tired of it.
You think, oh, it's falling on deaf ears anyway. Why bother? Why bother
Yeah,
carrying on about it? Yeah. But
yeah.
so going on to this again. What do you think would be your danger men here? I definitely think Somerville will be, and I think probably Bowen,
Yeah.
Pakatani's day. We all know what he can do.
Yeah.
Anyone else you can pick out, or them mainly will be the danger
Um,
men?
if Somerville plays, then yeah, I'd put Somerville up there. If Kudus plays in the middle or on the right, then yeah, I'd say Mohamed Kudus.
Kudus is good,
But
yeah.
that's the thing. Like the problem is he's been playing him on the left, which isn't his like natural position. Like he's still a good player there, but it's not Mohamed Kudus. That's how special he is. Like his worst performances are still better than most people's like bad performances. But I'd say Kudus, Bowen are the main two. It depends if Somerville plays. I just think every time we play the game, our attack has been isolated and hasn't got the ball enough. So we haven't really had a chance to really be the danger for the other team. Um, we've got great players. It's just whether the manager plays them correctly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if they do turn up against us tomorrow, that'd be it. I don't think we can beat them. But if we play you the way you're playing now, if you can't pick things up and whatever and come back, stand up to come back to the party or anything, then I think we will beat you easy enough. But I don't know. Some teams just suddenly turn up. It's like Spurs. They were in shit and they're in a bad way. And everyone's saying, get that big Ange out and all that. What is he doing there? And then they fucking perform against us and beat us. And then everyone's saying, big them up, saying, they're going to win this, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And I hated that because I thought, look, you're only playing us. Wait till you play a bigger team. I'd like to see you do that against a bigger team and everything. And a better team, say a City or whatever, anything like that. I can't see that. I can't see him beating them. I mean, it's like, I think they've got United, haven't they? United tomorrow?
Yeah. They got United on Sunday. I just think that's going to be a chaotic game. Like, neither team are that good. It's going to be very open, that one. That's the thing with what you said. Like, I think a lot of people thought that about us. Like, I was talking to a lot of Chelsea fans, like, doing previews and stuff. And, some of them were confident, but a lot of them were going off the record and the fact we usually beat them at home. And they were afraid of us like turning up. We always turn up against Chelsea, which we do because like we see that as one of the games that we like to get up for. But the problem is with this game is we don't usually win here, and we don't usually break our records in a positive way. We like to break our records in a negative way. So if we've been a bogey team for another team over the years, they'll end up beating us, like Aston Villa and Fulham. They didn't beat us in like 10 years. They've both beaten us in the past 2 seasons. With Brentford, we only beat them once. Like with Chelsea away, we never win at Chelsea away. Man United away as well. I've never seen them win at Old Trafford, and my team's been in the Premier League for years. Like we usually just we become our own bogey team. Really, we are our own problem. Like the bit like I always worry when I go into these previews against like talking to other people. And I'm like, don't get me wrong. Like all the oppositions have good players, but I'm scared of us. I'm scared of what we're gonna do. I'm scared of how we're gonna implode and how we're going to maybe have a few mishaps along the way. And that's going to be a problem for this game as well.
Yeah. But, well, I don't know. I don't know. I think you could have it easier against us the way we're playing at the moment. It's just, because I just feel we are a bit more open now than we were. And, I don't think our defence is as great as it was because, a lot of the stuff. I know I hated that we were so defensive and so, funneling back all the time and just wanting to defend. And I didn't like that. I wish we would come out more on attack and be, because we're sort of playing the counter attack a bit as well,
Yeah.
And so I think it works in some respects with that, and it will work at times and it won't work. So, but I just feel we are a little bit more open. That is the problem. And I still don't rate our goalie, Flecken. I never have.
Neither do I. From an opposition point of view, I never rated him.
Sorry, mate?
From an opposition point of view, I never rated him either. Since he came in, like I just thought he was just too messy. I think, but even when it comes to distribution and when it comes to just shot stopping, which I hate the phrase, oh, he's got a good shot stopping as a keeper, because that's your job as a keeper, to shot stop. Yeah, listen, your main thing is distribution now in the Premier League, I get it, but you are a goalkeeper, you're meant to shot stop. Oh, the centre-back's really good at defending. Yeah, they're a centre-back. They're meant to be. Like, that's the problem with like football in general now. But like, I think the only way that you're actually going to concede against us if you genuinely just give the ball to us, because the way both teams are going to play, I have a feeling you're just going to control the game quite a bit, and we're just not going to be able to press you properly. Like, our press isn't good enough. It's very easy to pick the holes out within the squad. So I think you'll find space very easily. It's just a matter of whether you take your chances or not, and whether you give away the ball.
Yeah, that'd be the thing, because I mean, we have been a bit wasteful in front of goal. To be honest, we don't go on. We get the goal for early goal. You know, we've done that twice now with Visser and Bomo, of course. So, and we go into these early leads, but we just can't hold on, and that's been like that for a while. We can't hold on to leads, and unless we go 2 or 3 nil up or something. I mean, you know, that gets Southampton, but you know, that was pretty piss easy, really, because they were nothing special, and no disrespect to Southampton, but they weren't great, and they kept playing it out from the back. I mean, you know, they've got a way of playing. They want to play like that, but you can't really play like that in the Premier. It's the same with Burnley. They tried to play how they played in the Championship. It didn't work for them, did it? So, you know, that's what you've got to play in the Premier. And it's not like, I think we pretty much worked it out quite quickly when we came up, you know, how to play in the Premier. Okay, it was a bit defensive, but, you know, that's the way you got to do it. You can't just go hell for leather. You can't get yourselves open against that. Any team will play well if you're open, you know. And, you know, that would be the same if we do that against you tomorrow. And I'm not disrespecting your team either. I think you've got a great team, but it's just obviously it's not playing at the moment. It's not doing, you know, what it should be. And I think even under Moyes, I still think you played okay under Moyes. I know he was more defensive and whatever. But, you know, you were getting results. That's what matters at the end of the day. And you won the, was it Europa Conference, wasn't it? Was it the conference? Yeah. So, you know, you won a trophy. So you can't book it really, can you?
No. Like, the joy is that a lot of West Ham fans are just strictly like, we have to play good football. I'm a balance where I just want to get the best out of the squad that we have, no matter what style of play it is. The problem with the Moyes style of play is, and people don't realize this because obviously they're not going to be as invested into West Ham as I am, but Moyes was the one that wanted to change the style of play. So after the lockdown season, when we finished 6th, he thought in his head, we need to play through the lines. We need to play like a big 6 team. Antonio even said it in interviews. So the reason why we were more open and we bought these players, like these possession-based players, when we signed Paquetá, Skamaka, and all that, is because we tried to change as a team. The problem is he can't coach that because he's so used to coaching a different team. Now, the reason why we want the Conference League, obviously, we can sit back in the Conference League and counter, because a lot of the teams in the Conference League are from like European leagues where they're just very expansive, very open, but there's no like final third quality. So we just had Bowen on the counter and just did our thing. But even in that season in the Premier League, we were getting battered because the Moyes style of play was getting found out at the time because he had a mishmash of players that didn't know how to use them properly. And that happened in the next season as well. Last season, where we're getting battered every game pretty much. Fulham 5-0, Chelsea 5-0, Arsenal 6-0, Palace 5-2, Liverpool 5-1, Villa 4-1. Like, I'm probably forgetting a couple, but we were getting battered a lot. And we've been doing that for time, and that's why the Moyes thing came unstuck, because he shouldn't have wanted to change the style of play in the first place. He should have wanted like more counter-attacking players, just sat on his laurels. But he went to an expansive style of play, realized he couldn't coach it, then went back to his original style of play with defenders that couldn't defend. Meanwhile, we had more attacking talent. So he kind of messed it up all for himself rather than the fans just pressuring him to change the style of play.
Yeah, definitely. But you can't say you didn't have success under him, because you did, and you won in Europe. You won that trophy, and you had, of course, you had Declan Rice there at the time as well. What do you make of that? Did you want to see him go, or did you want to keep him at West Ham or Declan Rice?
the thing is, everyone wanted to keep him, but we all knew that he was going to go. Like I knew it was going to be that season. Every other season, I was like, no, he won't go because 2 years on his contract. I knew when it was 1 year left, we'd still get money for him, but he would have needed to go.
Yeah.
I've got nothing against the guy as well. I don't like the fact that he's at Arsenal, but it's not a rivalry. It's just I don't like Arsenal. Like, but I don't have anything against him. I don't want him to do well at Arsenal, but doesn't mean I hate the guy. I think he's not a legend necessarily, but a cult hero, definitely for sure. But with Declan Rice, like he was a big reason for why Moyes was so successful. Like, because Moyes did have without Rice, we wouldn't have even reached 10th, like with Moyes' game plan. Because a lot of the reason why we're so defensively sound was because of Rice. Rice was saving everyone in that team with how good he was at winning the ball back. And he was pretty much better than all of our defenders at defending and the midfielders as well. But I have nothing against the guy. I don't particularly care. Like the problem is there's a lot of a big deal makes out of that because 100 million English player, all of that. But I've seen players leave West Ham all the time. I've seen them leave all the time. It's just another player leaving for me. I just got a lot of respect for him compared to the other players that have left. Doesn't mean I want him to do well now.
Yeah, he's a great player there, I thought, and at times I think he's looked good at Arsenal at times, and sometimes he looks ordinary. I think average or whatever. I don't think he's done enough.
Yeah, but I don't think they know how to use him.
Yeah,
I don't think they know how to use him. Like they just use him in advanced positions all the time. And the thing is, they don't know how to use their midfield because they were playing Rice deeper, then realised he couldn't pass like a Jorginho passes, so they moved him further forward, but then realised he's not good in the front three, so they don't know how to use him. So he's just kind of just there, just passing sideways for the sake of it, sort of thing. And I think that's kind of restricted Arsenal in a sense, but he's still a good player. It's just they don't know how to use him.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I mean, he's a great player. I mean, got you a lot of money as well, made you a load of money out of it. So
yeah,
it was over 100 million, wasn't it? So
yeah,
loads of money, man. So it's got to enter your team. Whether you spent it wisely or whatever, I don't know. I mean, I still think you've got some great players in, and I really do. But I think once you click there, once these players do click, maybe it might take the manager to move on. Might need a new manager, but once they click and everything, once it goes in the right direction, I think you'll go up the table. I think you'll be probably maybe top 7 or 8. I'd say.
yeah.
You can't, I don't think you'll get in the top 4 or 5 really.
No.
I can't see that happening, but I think you will be up there in the top half, and I think you're a really good team. I just feel, at the moment it's not clicking, but it will. You've got too many good players there now to, not have any success. So,
yeah, it just depends on whoever the next manager is for me. Just depends on whoever the next manager is for me. We'll know whether we can finish in top half, finish in Europe. Target should be Europe. I wasn't expecting to even finish in Europe this season. I was expecting it for next season, but it's even below my expectations of this season. But I think we should be targeted like the same way Villa did to get top 4, but we probably won't. We definitely won't finish this season. Jesus Christ! But that's where we should be targeted to do the same thing as Villa and Newcastle have done. Try and be the odd team that can finish in the Champions League. But we always come sort of close and then fall off. It's what we always do, but that's because we just don't run our team properly. Or never have the right manager. I pretty much wanted every manager out since Sam Allardyce left at this club. So past 4 managers that have been here, I pretty much wanted out. That's because they were all the wrong hires.
Yeah. So who's to say? What would you say has been your best manager you've had recently? Big Sam. I mean, did you like the way he played though? His tactics. I think he was. You got him there just to keep you up, mainly, wasn't it? To get you out of shit and whatever, was it? Or
yeah, so
good style of play, or
yeah, this is where again, Moyes is still the best manager we've had, but he needed to end. He needed to leave after the cup because he could end on a high, and then you're a hero. Then you've done your job. Let the next manager take the reign, and there was all that the big debate was style of play and stuff. With Allardyce, he did a good job. But it was just so toxic between the fan base and the manager because I was at Upton Park as a very young watching these games week in week out, and I remember every time the ball went in the air, the fans would boo it because they want it played on the floor. We had the players, to play it
Yeah.
on the floor,
Yeah.
especially the back end of the time he was there. He was only there to stabilize us, and he did a great job at that. I was at the playoff final when we won, standing on the chair as a 9-year-old at Wembley, like against Blackpool and stuff like that. I was there. And the context before that was Avram Grant was our manager and he got us relegated. But we needed that restart.
Avram Grant, yeah.
Yeah, we needed
Yeah.
that restart. And Allardyce just kept us floating, like surviving relegation. We actually weren't deep in the relegation battles that much. We just got 40 points and kept it moving. And that was all we needed at the time. But then we needed something else. But we just didn't capitalize on that.
No, but I mean, yeah, it sounds like you've been supporting them a long time. Obviously, man and boy, obviously, and same as me. I think because I started in, I went with my dad. Obviously, we went to Griffin Park. You know, our original stadium, lovely little stadium, but it's gone. But I mean, the G Tech is great. I still think I like it. But I mean, I think I was about, I don't know, I think it was about 5 or 6 when I went with my dad. So like early 80s, you know, and all that. And, you know, I just loved it ever since, you know. I know we're not a team that's going to win a lot of stuff. I know that. I knew that from the start. We're not a massive team. We're still a small team. A small team in a big pond, a small fish in a big pond, really. But at the end of the day, I still think we can win stuff. I mean, I think we could win maybe a League Cup or something.
Yeah.
Something like that, FA Cup or whatever. You know, it could happen. I mean, we never win the Prem. I know that. We won't win Europe or whatever. But, you know, I still have hopes, you know, to win something. So,
of course.
I mean, we won the championship. A lot of people say, that's nothing. That's no big deal. You know, it's not a trophy. But for us, it was, you know. For us, it was.
We couldn't even win it.
Yeah. And I was there when it happened as well, when we won it at Wembley. So I was going mad as well as all the other Bees fans, you know, to win something and go up. You know, it took us up to the Premier. So
yeah, of course. Like I'm 21. I've been going since I haven't been going year in year out every year, but like when Avram Grant was there, I was like 7, and that was my introduction pretty much to going to games, because like the first 3 games I went to, I don't think we won because we didn't win many games that season anyway. But I was just supporting the club, and then I went season ticket for the last 4 years at Upton Park, and then the first year at the London Stadium. I then stopped going because I didn't like the stadium, and also I kept having to go after school weekdays and stuff as well. That just became very long, getting from where I was at school to my house to then go to Green Street, not Green Street, Stratford. Then that became long, so I stopped going until the fans came back after lockdown. But that was because I was like, I haven't been in a while, might as well, there's a season ticket opportunity. And I've been going again ever since. It's kind of just something to do on a weekend, might as well make a weekend out of it. But yeah, I've not seen anything like, I've seen good seasons under Moyes. I've seen good moments under other managers, but I haven't seen a team that wants to actually be a consistent team and wants to be ambitious necessarily. But a lot of people without context won't understand that, because they'll look at the Conference League and just think that we've been very successful over the past few years. But to win that was like euphoria. Like I was in such shock at winning that. Like I didn't even, like, when the goal went in for Bowen, I didn't celebrate because I was in shock. I couldn't believe what was happening. Like I was just standing there in my house, just end the game now. End it, please. Because like I can't believe what's going on. I can't believe we scored right at the end. Like, I was just shocked. I couldn't even celebrate it. And I was just like, and after you lift the trophy, it's like you're so emotionally drained. Because it's just like we went through all of that, we finally won something. Then I went to the parade the next day. So like, I've been through when it comes to West Ham fan. Like the older West Ham fans have seen more relegations, but they've seen the best players at West Ham. They've seen the likes of, Alan Devonshire and stuff. I've seen people like Carlos Sanchez and Nordveit and Souček and all these rubbish players. They've seen good players. They've seen Tony Cottee and they've seen Tony Cottee and Tony Gale and Frank McAvenny and all these. They've seen Di Canio. Like I saw Payet. I saw Payet and Rice and Lanzini, Antonio Bowen, Noble. That doesn't compare to what they've seen. So some of them have seen Bobby Moore. Some of them are old enough to see Bobby Moore.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Total legend.
Oh yeah, of
But,
course.
yeah, man. Well, what we'll do, I'll just go through my team a bit and stuff, and I'm gonna do like predictions, score predictions, and then we're going to bounce, mate, because obviously time's getting on, and obviously want to get on that stream later on Norris. Of course, I don't know if you're going to be on there, if you're
I will
coming
be.
on.
Yeah, I will
Are
be.
you? Yeah, cool, man. But should be a good one tonight. Should be going to have quite a few in there tonight, apparently. So should be a good one. But obviously this one, I think it'd be more pretty much our team against you here. And we done obviously a 5-3-2. This was against Spuds, of course.
Yeah.
5-3-2. We can adapt that probably 4-3-3 or 3-5-2, something like that. Really.
Yeah.
I would think Aya will be there. I mean, he can play anywhere along the back four, really. He's that, like a utility player, really. I'm sure he'll be there, maybe left back or something again, because we're not going to get Rico Henry back for ages, man. He's going to be out much all season. And of course, Hickey as well at right back. So we're pretty much without them nearly all the time, man. So you think you've got it bad with your team, mate? You try supporting the bees, but not good. But so we have our best players out most of the time, and so obviously we had Pinnock and all that. I think Collins. I think Collins has come on. I think he's doing a good job now. What I've seen of him, he's actually playing quite up because he made mistakes like in his first season. Last season, he was making a lot of mistakes, but I think he's eyeing them out a bit now, and I think he looks pretty good. And Pinnock as well, always dependable, pretty much at the back. Our spine at the back. So now we obviously got Vandenberg in as well. I haven't seen enough of him. Obviously got him from Liverpool. Not quite seen enough of him yet to know what to make of him. Obviously, Lewis Potter, I think he's coming on well. I'm sure he'll be playing probably left wing back or whatever he'll be. He usually is sort of in that position, left wing or left wing back or whatever. I think Jensen may be back, so Yarmulke may drop out. We may drop Yarmulke. I think he's a good young player, this Yarmulke as well, from Ukraine. He's played for the seniors as well, senior Ukraine team. Very good player, but maybe not quite ready just yet. But I think he will be. I think if we play him enough, I think he will do well. Now I'm still not sure. I don't think it's been his best season so far. Now, so I'm sure he'll be there. Hopefully Jensen will be playing because I think that's sort of more of our best midfield, with Jensen and obviously Norgard as well. Because he didn't play in this one, obviously. But of course, Brian Mbomo's a danger. He's a big striker out there. Carvalho's come in. I don't think he's done enough yet. He's scored a great goal against Leyton Orient in the Carabao Cup, but I don't know if you see that overhead kick he scored.
No, I didn't see.
It's cracker, mate. Cracker, man. It's weldy almost, but so if he starts playing, if he gets, I'd love him to start playing well tomorrow against you lot. I'd love that and do something. But I don't know. Damsgaard is actually playing well. I think it's probably the best I've seen him since he's been here. Damsgaard, so he's actually playing quite well now. Konak as well. We've had him come on. Obviously the subs there. He's looking fairly good. Trevitt, I've been impressed with him. Another young player come in. Obviously, we've had him there a little while now. He's getting on a bit. I think he's obviously getting towards maybe the end of his career. He's great at Burnley. Great with us, I think, the first 2 seasons. He was brilliant for us, He was there. I think now he's sort of, on the wane a bit, And, he's I think he's nearly like 34, 35, something like that. So he's, getting towards the end of his career. Shardy is pretty good. He's got raw pace. He's got, ability. Not quite shown it yet, but, glimpses. So, Rawslef, don't want to know. Fucking arsehole. He's shit, man. He's shit. I'll tell you. Well, apparently we've had him here since he was 8 years old, apparently, at the club, right?
Yeah.
So I've heard. But he's shit. There's nothing about him, man. If he plays against you, you can just fucking you could go through there in a bus or something, man, and just fucking play through him, man. He's shit. And I keep, me and my dad are going on about, why is this guy playing? Why does he keep putting him on? Has he got a clause in his contract? He's got to keep playing him. And we just can't understand it, man. We just can't. And so if he plays, man, you got free reign there to go play through him, mate. You know. But enough moaning about him. But anyway, Megoma, I think is a good. He looked good in the cup as well. Carabao Cup. He got a new left back from Bolton. He's actually got a lot of pace as well, and he's got a bit of skill. I think he could be a very good left back for us, you know. So whether we're playing in this game, I don't know. Probably not. Valdemarson, of course, are second string, sort of Icelandic international, of course. I don't know if you remember him. He got that clean sheet against England for Iceland.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I remember him
For the Euros. So I actually think he's a decent keeper. I do. I'm not sure about his distribution from the back, but then again, Flecken's distribution is pretty shit as well. Some of the time, so that don't really matter as long as he saves stuff and comes out of his. I think he's more sort of like controls his area more than Flecken, if you see what I mean. Comes out for things more and whatever. So yeah, I think he's pretty good. So yeah, I think that'd be pretty much the team. I think maybe Jensen will be back. I hope he will be back. I've heard nothing yet. I'm sure there will be some news tomorrow, and we'll see if he does come back. I think the danger men here, obviously, in Bomo, goes without saying, quality player. Carvalho, if he starts playing, if he really does, you know, show his form for whatever when he played for Liverpool a bit and at Hull. If he gets going like there, Damsgaard, I think he's really in good form at the moment. Possibly, obviously, Norgard will be back, I think, as well. So yeah, I think there are some danger men. Lewis Potter, of course. I don't know what you make of that, Mike. If you think there's
I'm afraid, to be honest, like of the team still, especially if Jensen comes back. I do like Jensen. I've always liked that. Like he played so well against us at your stadium last season as well. Like put on a masterclass pretty much against us. Like
I think we had Mopai and everything there, then, didn't we? Mopai,
yeah. Mopai loves a goal against us. Like luckily he's not there anymore.
I think as well.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, like I honestly think that's a good team. Like it's still quite a good team. Like I think your manager's doing well to get the best out of what you have, given the not like the heavy investment every year. It's not like you guys are like buying so many players every year, like and understanding the position that you guys are in and the way you guys run your club as well. Like I just think you guys do everything right for where you are. I just think you guys have been very unfortunate in terms of injuries because obviously you mentioned Rico Henry. Like I've rated Rico Henry for years because I watched the Championship. I wanted Rico Henry at West Ham quite a long time ago. I know he was linked with us quite a few times, but I remember he signed a new contract at Brentford, and I was just like, yeah, that was the upgrade on Cresswell that I wanted at the time. We didn't get him, but even with like obviously people are just going to talk about Brentford without Ivan Toney, like they did with West Ham without Declan Rice and all that. Because
I don't remember him.
That's the thing. Like you guys still, even with injuries, even with we set out, still got Lewis Potter. Again, another person I like from the Championship, another man I was linked with West Ham. Brian Mbeumo, I get PTSD every time he plays against us. Just love like giving us danger. He's ridiculous. But overall, like I'm still like, even though we've got good players, I'm always afraid of any opposition that play against us. And with the way Thomas Frank approaches games, I just think you guys will come out on top again. Just about when you finish your chances.
Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, you're right there, mate. But I just think, I hope we perform because you know, we're at home. We should be performing. We should dominate other teams and do better. And I'm still wary of you lot, though. We don't underestimate West Ham at all. We know you can be a really good team, and you battered us last season at times and beat us 4-2. So we know what you can do, and certain players. So I'm just hoping some of our players do turn up. Boma, of course, I think he's got to stand up even more now because it's him. He hasn't got Vista with him anymore. He's out. So for 2 months. So we were sort of depending on him a bit more. And he's not really used to that. He was used to having Tony there, like sort of outshining him,
Yeah.
doing what he ever done and whatever. And Bomo was sort of like there in the background, providing for him and stuff like that, and doing some good passing with him and things. But it's more Tony was the big man out of them, that stood out because of what he was doing and scoring and everything, and. But now I think he can't. He's not in his shadow anymore. He's gone, and that's it. And I'm pretty glad he's gone, to be honest. Okay, I know he scored a lot of goals for us. He got us into the Premier, Tony and everything. But I hated what he done, slagging us off and betting and everything. And we stood by him, and he done all that shit, man. And he come back, and he was shit. He done nothing when he come back. He scored against Forest and whatever, or 2 or 3, 4 goals maybe. And all that, but he wasn't great. I don't think he was at his best, and and he don't want to be with us. He didn't want to be with us anymore. So
yeah, of course. Like, I think, like, obviously, when he came back, like, I know he had a couple warm-up games, didn't get a pre-season. So when people was like, obviously, I'm a big fan of Ivan Toney, like the way he is. Like, again, another person that was linked with West Ham, I could make a whole like 3-star 11s, but like with Ivan Toney, I completely understand that. Like, I think he should be mainly criticised for his antics, not even necessarily the betting, like the whole F Brentford stuff when he was with a woman and stuff like that as well, just to get some vagina, just to say F Brentford for all of that, like, to say F Brentford just to get some vagina. But like, it's the slandering of the club. Like,
it's the bees, man. Yeah, but
you got to appreciate where you come from and stuff like that. I know he's got good confidence in himself, to believe in himself and stuff like that. I understood why he went to Saudi, provide for your family and stuff. But yeah, like, great player, don't get me wrong, deserved the big move, but should have held himself, a bit differently, in my opinion. But again, the whole betting thing is a betting thing is like it's an addiction, so it's a touchy subject. But with his antics overall, like you got to patch that up. You got to patch that up. But great player, of course, but is what it is. Like, you can move on. Like, it's like the Declan Rice thing with us a little bit, where they were a big player at your club, but they're a player that's left your club. You're gonna move on. Like, the media are gonna make it out like it's something bigger, but you're gonna move on as a fan base. You're gonna miss them, but you're gonna move on.
I think we're actually combining more better as a team now that he's gone, because he was sort of like the big man there, and doing all the, people were saying, oh, look, it's Ivan Toney, he's the star player for Brentford, he's the superstar there. There's nobody else any good. He's the best player they got, and all like we're a one-man team, and that's not the case, man. We have got some other good players. Okay, probably not quite of his caliber, some of them, but at the end of the day, we got a nucleus of a good team. There is a good team there. And I think we should be better than we are doing. And that time we could have got into Europe, I think, a couple of seasons ago. We nearly got into Europe, What was it? I think 6th or 7th we could have got, to get into Europe, conference or whatever. And, so I know we can do this. I know we can get, and I kept saying to people, look, we might actually get 12th actually this season. People say, no, you can't. You're not good enough. You can't do it. You'll struggle again. You might get relegated or whatever. And I said, no, I can't see it. I think we're better than we performed last season. I really do.
Yeah.
And I still think that. And, despite our struggles at times now this season, we have won. We have beat Palace. We obviously beat Southampton. People say, well, they're not that great, are they? Both of those. Palace are a good team. man. You know, they are
Yeah,
a good.
you got to beat
And
what's in front of you anyway. Like people can't criticize about everyone plays each other twice, so people can't be like, "Oh, you beat a shit side. You won the game. Doesn't matter." And that's the
yeah,
thing. I was on obviously I was with you on the rest predictions thing, and when I predicted Brentford to go down, I just thought it was a case of okay, it might get a bit stale now. But
mm,
what I really like is that you guys, what's it called? You guys, your coach still has the ability, season in,
mm,
season out, to get the best out of what you have. No, I just thought it would be like, okay, they've been in 3 seasons. Maybe it
mm,
might take a bit of a toll on them. And I tried to be a little bit like go against the grain a bit because I thought, okay, Southampton and Ipswich, they might go against the grain and stay up. Like
yeah,
when people look at my predictions every year, I never get them right. So just ignore me when I predict things, like when it comes to the league. Because I predicted Forest to go down and got abuse from Forest fans, and to be fair, they were right. But I was just trying to be unpopular. I was just trying to like big up the promoted teams a bit. I didn't want to do the whole thing of the 3 promoted teams will just go back down. I didn't want to do all of that. But I think, like listen, but Brentford, you'll probably finish above us if we keep Lopetegui. You'll finish above us, like to be honest. So, um, I think Brentford fans like
mm,
I'd understand why they wouldn't be happy, but I'd also understand why they'd be content. So, honestly, I still think like if you trust in your coach, I think
mm.
you'll be just fine. You're not going to be in a relegation battle this season. Jesus Christ, look at the teams in the bottom 6. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think they're all that bad, some of them, but you know, I actually thought thinking now Ipswich might stay up because I just got a
So,
feeling they got a good lot of players brought in, you know, and
yeah,
somewhere along the line, some part of the season they're going to start clicking and doing something. So
yeah.
I just think they may just stay up, but you
Mm.
know, I said that about Luton last season, and look, they still went back down again. So, so
Yeah,
my predictions ain't great either, man. So. But anyway, fella, what are we going to say the score here? I think it's going to be an open game. I think it's going to be, you know, lot of. It's not going to be defensive, is it? Really?
no, it's not.
Not at
No.
all. So, are we going for a big one? I was thinking something like 3-2. Not
Again.
saying 2, but but you
Oh
know,
God.
some people go for a
Yeah.
Desmond. Saying about a Desmond here. What
Mm. I think
do you
I think
think?
you guys I think you guys will win 2-0. The reason why I think it'll be end to end by just we will only score if you give the ball to us right on the plate and if you switch off. And I just think we have that in us where we'll just set up all wrong to concede. We'll definitely concede. That's a guarantee. Like if we keep a clean sheet and win, Jesus Christ, I'll be so shocked. But we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We haven't looked good all season, apart from Man City. So yeah, 2-0 Brentford, man. I just think it'll be quite comfortable for Brentford, but it will be end to end.
So you really think we get 2 goals and there'll be no reply from you lot? You'll get
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. As much as we should, we won't do it. Like we always disappoint.
Yeah, I just don't think our defence is as solid as it was. That's the reason I think you might get 1 or 2.
We'll make it look. We'll make it look solid. Trust me
Yeah.
on that.
I don't know, man. You know, but I still think I'm going to go. I'm going to say 3-2, and I
Mm,
will go for us. I'd love to. Don't get me wrong, man. I'd love to see you win any time, any other game. But
mm. Yeah, of
against
course.
us, you know, we got to win, and I suppose you have as well. But you know,
Yeah,
only one team can win it, or it'd be a draw otherwise. But you know,
yeah,
I suppose in a way, I'll be happy that if we both get a point, a draw. You know, say a Desmond or 1-1 or something would be
yeah,
great. I don't want to see some goals though, not a 0-0. I hate 0-0s, man.
yeah.
So
I don't want to. I never like accept a draw against like any team because I'm just so pissed off at the fact that we didn't beat the teams that we were meant to beat. And when we come up against these hard away days, people should like the club should be looking at Fulham and Brentford as these are games we should be winning if you want to finish in Europe, but we never do it. Like I don't mean divine right to win. I just mean you look at those fixtures, you think, okay, you lost against Chelsea, that means win against Brentford and you made up for it. We won't do that. We won't do that. But I can't take a draw because we've only won once against and that was against Palace. So it is what it is. We need another win. We haven't won since the second game of the season.
mm, I mean, because look, we're playing two teams that are struggling. You're struggling, and Wolves are struggling as well. We got them at home as well after you. So, you know, you'd think we should beat both of you, but I don't think that's going to happen exactly. I don't think it's going to be a walkover at all. But I still think there will be a few goals because it's, you know, it just seems to be the way with us when we play you and vice versa. It always seems to be a few goals. So, yeah, I will go 3-2 to us. What are you going to go for?
Yeah, 2-0 Brentford.
Oh yeah, you're saying 2-0. Yeah. But yeah, I'd love you not to win, but obviously I can't say because I want us to get, you know, something. I'm sure you'd say the same. You know,
yeah,
it's different. But yeah, man. So thanks for coming on, bro. It's been great, and obviously I'm gonna put your link up here again. If I can get to it, there we go. And want everyone to go and follow this guy. Got great channel, brilliant content. I say I've been in the live chat a couple of times, I think at least, and would love to come on there at some stage. It'd be great.
Yeah.
And you know, you're welcome back on here anytime you want, Mike. So you are welcome, man. Anyone's welcome in here. I take any other fans on here. I don't care. Ones I don't like. You know, teams. I mean. Or something, you know. So like those, you know, because we got a rivalry with them, you know. So obviously West London, you know, more bigger rivalry than other London teams like yourselves or Spurs or Arsenal or whatever. You know, they're our biggest sort of rivals, really. So, but yeah, so everyone do click on that and keep subbing. How many subs you got at the moment, man?
I'm on 570 something. I don't remember specifically, but 570 something. So just trying to hit 1K as soon as possible. But yeah, thank you for having me on, man. Like, I appreciate it. I've enjoyed the stream. Yeah. I've done it. This is my second of 4 streams I'm going to do today, so it should be fun. But yeah, obviously, I'll see you on the rest of the channel. Then I'm previewing the game on my channel at 10, and then I can finally go to bed after that. So and then just hopefully we win tomorrow. But here's where it is. But no, generally, thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah, man. No worries. As I say, you're welcome on any time, bro. And again, I mean, most everyone on this chat. I mean, I've had no fallout with anyone. I mean, there's a guy, that bloody Munsey, I can't stand. He's a fucking, you know,
I don't know who he is.
Healthy gobby git, you know, the Man United fan, you know.
Oh right.
In the other day, kept going on about us. Oh, you'll get thrashed. You'll lose 4-0 and all that. And fuck off, you know. I mean, how can you criticise us when you can't even score a fucking goal, you know? 0-0 the other day and all that, you know? And only drew with a Farmers League team, like 20, you know, in Europe. So I thought, how can you fucking criticise us, man? You know, but no, I suppose it's all sort of banter at the end of the day, isn't it? And you can't take it seriously, really. And you know, I try not to. I'm sure you're the same. So it is only banter. And, you know, we all get on well. You know, it's all a community. So, by the way, yeah, keep following me down there, Mr. B for Life, 182, and subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat. And Mr. B chats England cricket because I really need to get subs up on there. I've only got about 24 on the cricket one. I'm still 113 on here. So please keep that going up, guys. Come on, you know. Let's make this get up to. I want to get us to 200 definitely by the end of the year if I can. You know,
of course.
All over that. So it's not all about subs. I enjoy doing this. I think it's great. I love doing this. I'm sure you love it on yours, doing your channel. So
of course, yeah.
But I'll say cheers again, once again, bro, for coming in and. You know, hope we do well, both teams. You know, whoever wins, who cares? You know, I can't say, "Oh, fuck off, Mike." Yeah, say that because your team won. No, man.
Yeah.
I won't, mate. Don't worry. I don't hold a grudge. You know, I show my face if we win or lose all the time, man. I don't hide, you know.
Yeah, when we win, I'm just happy to win, man. I'm just happy to win when we do, like, because we don't fucking win ever. So
yeah, everyone loves to win. We hate to lose, but you know,
yeah, of course. I'll show my face regardless because I'm used to this, man.
Clearly, when you lose, but you know,
Yeah.
but you can't win every time. Let's put it that way,
No.
man.
No, of course not.
I just hope we beat you tomorrow. No, but anyway, no, man. But whatever, man. But anyway, guys, it's been a great show again, great stream. So go and show this guy some love. He's got a great channel, and keep subbing and smashing the likes and everything to his channel. And as I say, it's in the description as well, your link. So everyone, check that out. And if you love this, obviously, as I say, keep smashing the likes and subbing. I always do this. I convolted, man, with the farewell. I can't just say goodbye. I can't just say, that's all it and goodbye. I can't do that, man. So
Yeah.
I'll take forever. But no. Anyway, guys, it's been great. And until I see you for the next one, will be the reaction for this game, whatever. And if I might be pissed off, I might be happy. It depends. Might go on a rant. I might be full of it if we win. But otherwise, until then, we're out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Bye.